We're celebrating Thanksgiving with the star of this American holiday, the Thanksgiving turkey, today on Let's Cook. Hi, welcome to Let's Cook, where we are making Thanksgiving turkey today, and have a little different twist on it because I'm actually going to bone this out. I'm going to bone out the turkey, and then I'm going to stuff it with a, well, let me just go over the menu there, because we're doing a boneless turkey with a cranberry cornbread stuffing. Now, if you've ever made a turkey or stuffed a turkey, you know that the stuffing, if it's cooked or has to be cooked, it has to be cooked and cooled. So I have the ingredients here, and I already have the stuffing made because it's so simple to make, where I took cornbread, and I mixed cooked cornbread with some cooked corn, cornbread, cranberries, orange juice, a little bit of sugar that I cooked down, and so it has this consistency, and of course the butter. You need the butter in there. So that's my stuffing. My stuffing's nice and cooled down. Now I have to take the turkey and I have to show you how to bone this out. Now, you might be able to get a butcher to do this, but it's going to cost you a lot of money, and it's really quite simple to do. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll come over here, and I'm just going to remove the wing here from the turkey. So what I'll do is I'll cut in here. I'll find where the joint is right here, cut the tendon, and I remove this joint. So number one wing is off. Come over here. I'll remove the second wing. And again, I'll show you right here. So you're going to come here, and I already, by the way, I already took this turkey and I washed it out, patted it dry. That's very important to do that. So that's step number one. Second step, we have the breast side up. Now, I'm going to be using the bones for stock for this, so the bones don't go to waste. So the next thing that I do, if it has a rubber, you know how they have that little plastic thing in there that helps hold the legs together? You need to take that out. Turn your turkey over on its side here. And again, if you're working with this and it is a little damp, make sure that you keep the area dry because the turkey will slide, and you don't want it sliding away on you while you're trying to bone it out. It's just trying to get away. Right along the backbone here with the legs furthest away from me is the easiest way to go. All I do is I take and I make a cut right here with my knife. And all I've done is I've just cut the meat away from the backbone there, exposing the skin. Then you're going to come underneath the skin here, pulling back on the skin. Pull this away. Just take your time doing this because the bones really tell you what to do on this. Okay? We're going to come over here, cut underneath here. Now, right here where the wing is attached at this end right here, okay, you're going to just follow this bone right here. And where the wing is attached right here, now you can go ahead and take the wing, cut through, find that joint right in there, and you're just going to cut that joint off. Without cutting, you really don't want to cut through the skin, but we're just going to cut that off right there. Now I can go ahead and start on the breast, but before I start on the breast, come over here by where the leg is attached to the thigh, and I'm just going to cut around where the oyster is attached on the backbone there, pulling this back. Once I've done that, this is where I'm going to have to dejoint the thigh from the backbone. The oyster, by the way, the oyster is that part, that nice round medallion part that is in the thigh, that if you like dark meat, you'll love that. So now all I do is I take this here, and you're going to come here and you're just going to kind of break that bone and disjoint it right here. So now you're able to cut through the joint right here. You know, interesting thing about turkey, because it goes way back into, actually it's part of American history. It was actually September 21st. September 21st was the first Thanksgiving where 56 pilgrims and 91 Indians got together for about 3 days in 1661 and celebrated, in 1621 and celebrated Thanksgiving. It was quite an occasion, and it was, I think, over 200 years later, in 1863, when they actually made it a national holiday. So it took a couple of hundred years. Let's get back to boning the turkey now. See right here, I expose this bone right here. Come here. Once I've exposed that, I'm going to cut right along the backbone here without cutting through the skin, expose the thigh and the leg there. Coming here now you can actually see the breast. See how you can see the breast right here? I'm going to just come in along the rib cage right here and cut this and remove the breast right here. So we'll just come in with our knife, pulling away as we go. See how I expose that breast right there? Now when I get to the top part of the sternum, which is this part right here, I don't want to cut through the skin, so I'll just bring this down just till I come right there. Wishbone is right here. We're coming right here. Take this off. Stop right there. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side now, where, starting right here, come here, I cut along here, removing that oyster. I'm going to disjoint the thigh again before I do this, coming by where the wing is right here. Maybe you can see it better if I do it this way. There we go. Again, have to make sure you have a nice sharp knife. There's that bone right there that comes off the wing. You need to come on the outside of that. Come right here. We're going to cut through the wing right here. Again, you just kind of have to find this joint right here, where I'm going to go through, find that joint, cut that joint, making sure you disjoint the wing bone right there. Here's my breast, cutting into the breast, coming down here, exposing the oyster on this side of the bird as well. Disjointing this right here. I'm just going to disjoint this right here. You heard that this time, right? Come through, see how much easier that comes off if you disjoint it? Because that's way you're not cutting through bones. You're just cutting along the bones, and the bones are really your guide here. All the way down here. Now, the best way to do this is really to allow the turkey and the weight of the turkey to do the work for you. See how that's exposed? Come right here. Here's my breast. There we are. We're going to bring this right along here to where the thigh is here. Now, once I get to this point here, you're going to put your finger in here a little bit, exposing the sternum right here. Come right underneath here because you really don't want to cut through that skin. Come here, and you just follow this along, picking up the carcass as you go, so you have the sternum bone exposed right here. Here's my sternum bone right here. Cut this right here. Cut this down right here. Come over here. Going to come right here. Just cutting right along the sternum right there without going through the skin. So now, my turkey's bone, I have this carcass right here. This I'm going to be using for stock, which I have going right there. The only other thing I have to do is come right here and I have to debone the thigh. I'm leaving the legs intact, but I'm taking them off. So I come here, I come up underneath. Just work your way around this bone right here. Pinch it a little bit. You can actually stick your knife right through here, take this off, bring this down right here, put your knife in here, you go through the joint. Once you go through that joint, both sides, go through that joint, just take this bone out. There we are. That's for stock as well. The only other thing I need to do is I'm going to take and pull the skin as tight as I can around the leg here where there's no bone, and I'm going to take my leg off here because I cook them separately. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here. Get rid of this thigh, take off this leg. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, I'm going to show you how to stuff and tie this turkey. Don't go anywhere. Now, we do have a little bit of trivia, too. Gobble up a lot of turkey during Thanksgiving. How many people, or how many pounds of turkey do we actually eat during the holiday? Your choices are in the millions: 535, 220, or 45 million pounds. We'll give you the answer when we come back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we are making Thanksgiving turkey. Americans gobble up a lot of turkey during Thanksgiving. Before we went to break, I said, how many pounds do we actually eat? Your choices were in the millions: 535, 220, or 45 million pounds. The correct answer is 535 million pounds of turkey are consumed on Thanksgiving. A lot of naps going on there, and that's over 1.5 pounds of turkey per American on the average is consumed during Thanksgiving. Out of this world. But now we have to get back to stuffing our turkey. So we deboned the turkey, we removed the legs, we have the thighs deboned here. You see how nice the skin is left intact. Now I'm just going to take my tenderloins right here and just push them over here. So this way, I'm going to be able to stuff it. Then I'll bring this way. So I have a nice area here to stuff the turkey. Next, have to season this, a little salt and pepper. And what's really nice about this is, I don't know about your house, but in my house, we have dark meat. People like, you know, the dark meat, and people like the white meat or the breast meat. So this way, your dark meat is all at one end here, your light meat is here, plus you're going to have the legs for those people that like to hold something in their mouth or in their hand while they're eating. Of course, they like to hold something in their mouth while they're eating. They have food in their mouth. Crash and burn. In any case, we'll take our stuffing now. Put our stuffing into the turkey. You know, I get so excited about doing these things that I just, sometimes my focus couldn't be any better. In any case, get our stuffing right in there. Now we're going to tie this. A couple of ways you could tie this. One way you could tie this, you could just bring these pieces together and you could sew it together. That's a lot of work because then you have to sew it together. So what I prefer to do is just bring this side up to here, bring this side up to here, bring my legs together. So it looks like that. Then take a little bit of string. Now the whole trick to doing this is not to pick up the turkey while you're tying it because it will come apart. It's a little fragile. So think of the cowboy out there. He goes and he, lassoes a cow, but it's a turkey, and then he gets it on the ground. They get it on the ground, and he brings the two legs together here, so we're going to bring these two legs together here. So the two wing legs, just make a slip knot, bring them together. Make a loop, take the string, slide it past the legs. Those are the wing legs, by the way, or the wing drumsticks. Slide it to here, tie it together. Make another loop, bring it right under those legs. There you are. And you're just pulling this tight so that it just kind of stays together nice and tight like that. Come over here, do the same thing. And you're going to do this roughly about 5 times. Down the bird. Then this is a small bird, so if you have a larger bird, you might have to do it a few more times. There we have our last string right here. Now once you get to this point right here, it's a good idea to gently, well actually here, I'll show you. This is the easiest way to do it. Take the turkey, we gently roll the turkey over. There we are. So, now on the top side of the turkey, we're going to interlock our ties right here so that the string can't move away. Every other one, doesn't matter. You have to make that decision. That's really your turkey call. That was gobble, gobble. Now, once you get to the backside right here, you're going to take and you're going to bring it around the turkey. Right here, I'll show you what this looks like from this end. Bring this around the turkey here, kind of bringing it in. Bring this underneath. Make a little slip knot there. Tighten this up. This way, you've got it on all sides that it's really nicely tied. So easily done. Turkey's good to go into the oven. So now when you go to put this in the oven, you're going to have a nice roasting pan, have a good rack to elevate it on. I'm going to take the turkey now, place the turkey here on the rack, season this with salt, pepper, baste this with butter. Thanksgiving. A little bit of butter here. Beautiful. Out of this world. Then you'll also take your legs and your wings, put them in here as well, because you're going to go ahead and roast these off as well with the turkey. When this is all said and done, and this also will speed up a lot of the cooking time, when this is all said and done, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like because we already have one done here, and I've removed it from the rack here, and I already set it up to rest. But this is what it looks like when it's done. And what I did, one other thing that I did I'd like to show you right now is, whoops, wrong oven. After I removed the turkey, I took some mirepoix, basically carrots, onions, and celery, and put it into the pan that I had roasted the turkey in so that they could brown up a little bit in the oven. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, I'm going to show you how you take this wonderful flavoring on the bottom of the pan from the turkey and make a delicious pan gravy. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we are making that Thanksgiving turkey, but we boned ours out. We stuffed it with a cranberry cornbread stuffing. I have the turkey here. I already cut some of the strings so I can remove the strings, but before I even carve it, we need to get the gravy going. So, in this pan right here, what I did is I transferred the juices with the mirepoix from the pan the turkey was cooked in into this pan here. Now what I'm doing now is I'm going to make the gravy. So to make the gravy, what I do is I'm going to actually cook this down till almost all the liquid is gone and the juices actually start to caramelize. Then to this, I'm going to add a little bit of flour. Normally when people make gravy for Thanksgiving at home, they take the flour and they dissolve it in water or stock. I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to do now, since I've removed most of the moisture out of this pan and all I really have left here is a fat with a little bit of that liquid emulsified in here. Now I'm going to just take my flour and I just sprinkle it right in here. If I have too much liquid in there, I'm going to have lumps. Then we'll take, and we're actually making a roux here, where we're browning or cooking this flour, cooking the moisture out of the flour, and it doesn't necessarily look pretty, but it's going to be very flavorful. So now, what I do is I have to add my stock to this. When I add my stock to this, I made stock from my turkey bones here. So now I'm just going to take this stock, add this wonderful turkey stock here to my juices with a little bit of flour and just let it simmer, cook off that flour flavor. Now, the recipe I gave you uses chicken stock, but you could easily use turkey stock if you went that route. Now, you see this here? Now I'm deglazed the bottom of the pan here. See how my turkey gravy is coming up? And now I'm going to take this, bring this up to a simmer, and then before I serve it, I will strain it off. Actually, I need a little bit more stock in here. Beautiful. Out of this world. Now, I'm working this with a wooden spoon. The reason I'm working this with a wooden spoon is to make sure that I remove any of those cooked juices that might be stuck to the bottom of the pan because we don't want this to burn. Then I'm going to bring this up to a simmer, see what the thickness is like, and then I'll adjust that thickness. So while that's coming up to a simmer, I'm just going to go ahead and start to remove the rest of the string here from my turkey, and I can show you exactly what this looks like when I go to carve it. Okay, here we go. So I'll just show you what this looks like right in the middle here, and then I'm going to carve it up because we do have to take a little break, and then when we come back, I want to show you what the gravy looks like or how to finish the gravy. But watch this. We're just going to take this, just going to cut it right here. We allowed the turkey to rest nicely. Doesn't that look fantastic? Out of this world. You have the dark meat, the white meat, you have the cranberry stuffing. My gravy is simmering here. Need to strain this off a little bit, so let's take a little break, cook off the flour that's in the turkey gravy here, and then when we come back, show you how to finish this gravy. Don't go anywhere. It's Thanksgiving turkey today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we're talking Thanksgiving turkey now. I have the turkey already cut here on the tray. I have this turkey right here. And you know, when I cut into this turkey, some of the crew said, Paul, is that turkey cooked? It's a cranberry stuffing, I had to explain to them. So it's definitely cooked. Now, the only other thing we need to do to finish that gravy is we do need to strain it off. So I have a pot right here, and we're just going to strain this off. Now, the reason you need to strain this off is you've already gotten all the goodness out of those vegetables. You're going to get, if you wanted to, you could puree them, but then I'll tell you what you won't have. You won't have a gravy that has this kind of shine to it, this great color. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of this sauce right here on top of our turkey. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for watching Let's Cook. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.